Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Season 3, Episode 4. We are about 3/4 the way through the season. Currently sitting at 3-7, having a really bad year. However, hold on. Get this. We are only 2 games out of a playoff spot. The Chiefs are sitting at 5-5 right now, and us, the Raiders, the Broncos, we're all sitting at 3-7. So, even though we're having terrible seasons, we're all still in the playoff hunt. Um, we have 6 games remaining. We're 2 games back, so it is still possible to make the playoffs. I'm gonna play, or for today's game, we're gonna have the Raiders on the road. Uh, every game from here on out is a must-win if we want a chance at the playoffs. So hopefully we win this. Hopefully we continue to win. In Week 16, we're on the road against the Chiefs. Now that's not the last game of the year. However, it's the second to last, and that game could be a make or break game for our season, depending on if we can pick up some wins between now and then. I have a lot of moves that I made since the last video, mostly because I re-signed a few people and we hit the trade deadline in Week 8. So here we go. Our strong safety, Doug Fisher. This is the backup. Remember, Derwin James is our starter. However, Doug Fisher agreed to a 7-year, $3.85 million contract. That is literally the league minimum for a pretty decent strong safety. So for the next 7 years, we have a solid backup locked up for the league minimum. Middle linebacker Robert Woodbury has been re-signed, 7 years, also $3.85 million. Now, he probably won't ever see the field unless we have a lot of injuries or maybe on special teams. However, it's another guy that we got who adds depth to our team just in case something happens. But we got him for the league minimum. So, and he's young, as is Doug Fisher. So I can't turn down a long-term cheap contract with good contributions to the team. Sorry, I lost my train of thought because I seen, if you look at the screen here, it says force win home. I'm like, wait, I never forced a win, but that's our bye week, so I don't know why it has that for default. Anyway, back to the signings here. Actually, I made a trade. Because we were having a terrible season, and we didn't pick up our 3rd win until just a little bit ago. We were, 2-4 or 2-5 at the trade deadline. So I was like, okay, let's go ahead and try to get some assets. So I sent right tackle Ryan Leary and left guard Tomlinson. So our right tackle and left guard to Pittsburgh, and a 3rd round pick to Pittsburgh for their 1st round pick this year. So we picked up an extra 1st round. However, we lost the 3rd round pick. So what? We got a 1st round pick return for a couple old guys that weren't going to be here next year anyway. I also sent Okung, who was our right tackle, to Indiana for their 1st round pick next year. So picked up 2 1st round picks in the at the trade deadline. That's going to give us more assets to hopefully maybe find a franchise quarterback, trade for one, or at least continue to add pieces to our team. In place, so we signed a rookie, drafted a rookie at right tackle who he seemed like he'd be pretty decent. However, if you remember in free agency, we signed almost entire offensive line, including right tackle. So our rookie right tackle hasn't been getting an opportunity. With Okung gone, I said, you know what? I'll just go ahead and sign a backup right tackle, which was Torrey Griffin. And we're letting the rookie start at right tackle, maybe see if he can develop into something. So with that said, I only needed to fill 2 holes in the line. At left guard, I went out and got Austin Corbett. And at right guard, I went out and got Alex Redmond. And then Alex Redmond turned around and signed a 7-year, $3.85 million deal. Again, long-term contract, league minimum for a younger guy who's going to add depth. This year he's our starter, but even if we draft or sign someone who's better, he's a solid backup, and he's costing us almost nothing. Couple more re-signings. Left outer linebacker Amike Ubule. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right, but he signed for 7-year, $5.25 million. Not quite league minimum, but still cheap. And Nasir Adderley also signed 7 years, $5.25 million. Pretty cheap. Both of those young guys that'll be around the team for a while. Never going to be starters. However, it adds great depth to our team, and it's very important to have depth in case someone goes down. So those guys are quality backups for cheap. It's exactly what we need so that we can use the money we're saving to sign our stars or even our starters. As I mentioned a couple times over the last few seasons, we can't rebuild the team if we're constantly sinking all of our salary cap into aging veterans that aren't going to be here long term. The same applies for being able to sign young, cheap guys to add depth. By not wasting our money and resources on those backups, we can keep re-signing our starters and keep our team competitive for a longer time. So anyway, that's all of the updates for roster moves. I know it's a lot. It's been, 7 weeks since the last video. So, with that trade deadline in there was a lot to update you on. We're still in a playoff hunt, even though we're also in the hunt for a top 5 pick at the same time. So it should be a fun season, one way or another. Either we get a good draft pick or we make the playoffs. It'll be fun to see which one happens. Anyway, enough talking. Let's get to the game. Sunday, 4:15. That's that midday game at the Raiders. Let's go Nighthawks.
Today, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Oklahoma City Nighthawks.
NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oklahoma City Nighthawks and the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play, and they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for visiting Oklahoma City, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
And while he won't admit it because his team lost the game, he had some fun in the last one.
He threw for over 400 yards.
I mean, there's no getting around it. As a QB, yeah, okay. We lost the game, but boy, that felt good flinging it around. Now he's got to figure out how to do the exact same thing, yet turn it into a win.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
behind the chain, 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Carr. Room here to run. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now Carr to try again after the pick 6. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jacobs. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
31-yard
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Josh Jacobs, the ball carrier. He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of a yard.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got his man. It's Williams. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Counter play with Jacobs. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Jacobs, the ball carrier.
A check on Jacobs from a week ago. Very productive. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on the ground, 1 through the air.
And it will always be a compliment to say that a guy's got a nose for the end zone, and he sure had it last week.
Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
9-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs. That's good for a Las Vegas.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
2nd and 2.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And he made both sides happy last week, didn't he?
Yeah, 3 and 3.
I mean, his guys, they caught 3 touchdown passes, but he threw 3 interceptions. Gotta get off of that schneid and get back to just throwing touchdown passes and taking care of the ball better.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
On the carry.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Matthews. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
It's a gain of 7.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
On first down, Matthews. Oh, he got possession on him, and he pulls it in. And he's got this down to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Matthews. And he finds a man on the crossing route.
Matthews.
That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
The Raiders' 33-yard line.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 11 yards there, first down.
And an Oklahoma City first down.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and
To throw on 2nd down. Matthews had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Matthews, his throw caught at about the 5. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
They'll run with Chubb, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. He wanted that end zone. Powerful running, but he couldn't quite get there.
And that's going to really make him upset. And right now, there's no way he's letting a coach take him out of the game. He's going to want the ball again, so he actually does get into the end zone, hopefully on his next carry.
The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. His pass caught at the 4. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Matthews. And they're going to get it. They bring it down to 16-yard line. Tanner Muse able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And this one is right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
Raiders 7.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
4-yard line.
Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Carrier.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
Vegas.
A gain of 5. 1st down, Vegas.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Calling a pickup of 7, and it's a 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Running is Jacobs. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Carr. Reception here by Ruggs. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Carr.
That was a fun one to watch right there.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. From midfield, here's Carr. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Incomplete. It's now 3rd and 19.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, a little tired, and if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting on field only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down, Oklahoma.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 7 catches, 105 yards.
Look, I know everybody wants to be number 1 in everything they do, but he's number 2 in the league in receiving yards. That's a strong number, a strong year, and they want that to continue.
And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
4-yard line.
They'll try the draw now with Chubb. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. From the gun, Matthews. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore. Or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Second and 11 now. Now a toss to the left for Jacobs. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Shotgun now for Carr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 48. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will knot us up at 10.
That ties the game at 10.
So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point, or in this case, a field goal.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
And 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
A 7-yard
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Matthews. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Two-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
46 yards.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
They'll run on first down. Jacobs. He'll get this to the 40. Sweet little juke in there. Got him some extra yardage. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Here's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On first down, it's Jacobs. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
To throw, it's Carr. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Sacked. A 5-yard loss.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. I thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory. Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On 1st and 10, Matthews. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun, Matthews. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Matthews pass
success on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. A run for Nick Chubb. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A pickup of 5 yards. Good for a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They run again on first down. Chubb, and able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
47-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Matthews, and he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. They'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And he can't get away. Carr is going to go down, and that is a safety. So the screen pass goes backwards. That play seemed to have a potential disaster written all over it from the start.
I mean, wasn't that a tough spot on the field to make that call? You're inviting defensive linemen and linebackers to get pressure. So if one of them sniffs this out, you're definitely in danger, and this time it costs them 2 points.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Agnew now to reach. And caught out! And the Raiders pick it up. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. So not only the cough-up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So they keep the football, but now face second and long. From the gun, Matthews. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
Third down.
The final shot before break. Matthews. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up fourth down. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll get started out in Denver, and it's the Chiefs who are out in front as they move towards halftime. Tyreek Hill, a touchdown reception. From there, we head up to the Pacific Northwest. Check on the Seahawks at home in Seattle. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Russell Wilson with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to Silicon Valley to check on the 49ers at home at Levi Stadium. And they trail the visiting Buccaneers as that game has gone to the half. Austin Eckler, a touchdown run in that first half. In our game, it's been the play of Derek Carr that's led the way. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So this just a 5-point game as we resume action in this second half on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 3 yards the gain there, second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. And that is incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Third down. Operating from the gun. Matthews. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Cleveland Farrell drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 33. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And out will come the defense as they take over. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak, on top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And they regroup defensively after the broken tackle, getting to him just beyond the 45. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tackled.
And now look at him go. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
Partner, one of the cardinal rules of defense is that if you're in position to make a tackle, you need to make it.
Well, and if you can't make the tackle before that, you just got to knock that ball down, right?
Yeah, something has to happen because we saw the end result there. Missed tackle, he goes all the way and takes it for a touchdown.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out, and a 5-yard penalty. That's going to set him back 5 yards. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. From the gun, Matthews. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
It's a gain of 2 yards.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here. They've got his man complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about.
Pass interference, defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even
for
know
them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Jacobs incomplete.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. To throw again. Carr under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Joey Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Carr. He's got a man. It's Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Operating from the gun. Carr looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Now 3rd down and 1.
From the gun now on 3rd down. Carr can't get away, and he's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
2nd and 12. And again, it's Chubb. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a 2nd straight loss. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
Have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Here's Matt Hawk now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, look at that.
Look at him turn.
A very nice spurt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Carr. And he's got the hook up to Ruggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On first down, Carr. The open man here, Renfro. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 22-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, Carr. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. So now Carr and the Raiders dealt a 3rd and long after that sack. From the gun, Carr. And Carr lost a fumble.
A fumble on the play.
When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
7 yards, the pickup there.
It's a gain of 7.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Chubb. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down, Nighthawks.
Off the play fake. Matthews. He'll rifle it. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Brought down just shy of the goal line. A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll give it to Chubb. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal, they're going with Chubb. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was a huge play on 3rd down, so now what? Do you go for it? Do you trust your offense? Or do you want to put on your defense to try and get the ball back? Me? I'm going for it right here.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick here is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2.
24. Nighthawks, 22.
So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play there for Vegas. And even 50 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And a slant held in by Ruggs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 14-yard line.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And that's incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Carr now on 1st down. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So it'll be 2nd and goal when we return. We've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Henry Ruggs with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. That time a 6-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders.
Nighthawks 22.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. To return, here's Agnew. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
First down and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Matthews. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
At the 34-yard line.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
By number 11. A gain of 9 yards. And an Oklahoma
Throwing
City.
on 1st down. Matthews. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Matthews.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as he gets this to the Raiders' 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Gain of 5. First down, Oklahoma City.
On 1st down, Matthews. Pass incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Tanner Muse on the coverage.
Throwing again, Matthews. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line. Catch number 44 on the year. It's a 1st down.
Well, the drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Matthews. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
3 yards.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this from 39. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll move him back within 6 now.
Raiders 31. Nighthawks 25.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
And there's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
At their own 23-yard line.
Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. From the 25 on second down, Carr hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
Carr sacked.
And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So after the sack, Carr in Las Vegas with a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. And the pressure gets to him again. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return.
First down and 10.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun, Matthews dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47.
It's a gain of 6.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On 1st and 10, Matthews. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here. And despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play, now 2nd and 13. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
And so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2. They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense, everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
To return, here's Agnew. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
They'll take over first down and 10 at their own 20.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Throwing after the interception. Matthews. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
Incomplete.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And this now 3rd and 11 after that 2nd down completion actually went back a yard. Operating from the gun, Matthews. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
87. Incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one's going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Let's throw it at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that is caught. It's Ruggs. Touchdown, Vegas.
Touchdown.
3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the return, they'll take over 1st down and 10.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense.
And the Raiders Raiders have got him. It's the 40-4 overall pick, Cleveland Ford, that got in there to bring him down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. From the gun, Matthews, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Matthews, and that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Returnable here from the 38. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Henry Ruggs and the Raiders set to go back to work. Now this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore, because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs, and the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas 1st.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down right around the 18-yard line. Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. This one from 35 yards away.
A 35-yard attempt.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Raiders 49, Nighthawks 25.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again.
They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Cleveland Farrell able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Space to maneuver at the 40. He'll get this to Ward. As he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it to the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponents.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this carries into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And heading out for another drive, the Raiders defense. They haven't had their A-game, but I guess because of their offense, they haven't really needed their A-game, Charles.
No, they have not. They've done what they've had to do today, which is protect a pretty big lead. But it hasn't been the best day in terms of stuffing people and really shutting down an offense. Maybe one last possession, they can actually get that accomplished.
It's fun for you and I to watch this shootout.
It's almost like someone fired a starter's pistol, and they've been going ever since.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 20.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Matthews. And he comes back with one complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. And he will find his man on the outside. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Complete to number 87.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
Today's
Big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Las Vegas, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And they'll have another home date next week as the LA Rams come to town. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, so that was an ugly one. Got a little weird there for a while. I mean, we get a safety to take the lead, and then on the kick, or the, I guess technically punt return, we fumble the ball and give up a touchdown. And then I think the very next drive, I feel like the very next drive, we threw an interception that they took back for a touchdown or something like that. And there was like a fumble early on. It was ugly. I don't think there was really a dedication to the run game. It was all pass, which, considering we have a rookie quarterback that really probably shouldn't even be starting, whereas you have a star running back, you would think you'd try to get the running back a little more involved, but I don't know. I guess the one positive of this is we're one step closer to a better draft pick, I guess. Probably rule out the playoffs at this point. I can't say we're completely eliminated, but being where we're at means that we probably shouldn't count on making the playoffs this year. But that's all right. Next year is the year that I really want to start competing and expecting playoffs. This is another rebuilding year, the last of the quote-unquote rebuild, even though I guess we did rebuild. We kept some main guys, filled in some other main guys, and then drafted around them. But yeah, we never tore down and tanked. In fact, this is actually the worst we've done, and didn't even mean to do this bad. I think mainly it's just that we're missing a quarterback. In the past we had 2 quarterbacks that were veterans and smart. They took care of the ball. They made plays when they could. Don't have that this year, and it's making a huge difference. Surprisingly, our defense is playing really bad this year. This is probably the best, actually, not even probably, this is the best defense that we've had as far as talent-wise, but every time we see a performance, they're usually giving up a ton of scores. Now I know some of the points that we've given up are off of offensive turnovers, whether it's throwing an interception that goes for a pick 6, or a fumble and interception that gives up a shortened field. But even then, you'd still like to see the defense hold them to a field goal, if not a stop, whereas oftentimes it's leading to a touchdown. So who knows? Down year all around. I guess if we need to get it out of our systems, the year to do it, and then next year come back ready to work. But I have one more game for you on the schedule this year. That's going to be that Chiefs game at the end of the year, and I would expect that's probably the last game of the season that we'll have, and then head into the draft. So thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with us and supporting us, even though it's an ugly season. And hopefully next year it'll be a little more entertaining. Have a good night.